Hey everybody, this is Carlos with the Nerder Day podcast coming at you again, and today we're going to discuss some DC comic books. Not necessarily. I have a previous video which is very popular actually on my YouTube and Spotify. It's about DC Fandom's event coming next month in August. But no, this is actually I'm going to do a quick review, my first comic book review of issue 1 of Dark Knight's Death Metal. It's a sequel to Dark Knight's Metal, which was an event a few years back from Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. Introduced us to like the Batman Who Laughs, all like in the Dark Multiverse, and kind of set the stage for like where we're going right now currently in the DC universe. This is hot off the heels of touches upon a lot of things: Flash Forward, Doomsday Clock, and as well as Scott Snyder and I forget who his artist is, but his current run on Justice League that just was. I don't know if it's going to continue on after Death Metal is done, but I stopped at issue 50 at the kind of like crux of it, and now we're kind of doing some side stories of what's going on with the Justice League. I don't know if it's a little jumbled. Because I think we need Death Metal to finish to see where the DC universe continues on. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over some of the big talking points of issue 1. I think you guys should do yourself a service. Go to your local comic book shop. Here in Philadelphia, we have Ontario Street Comics. It is one of my favorite shops. Support your local comic book shop. Go on Comixology. Just do the thing, man. Just check it out. But we're quickly established. I'm gonna start from the kind of beginning. We are quickly established the DC universe is not in the right place. It is the DCU. He even says in quotation in brackets, yes, the real DCU. And we are introduced to Hell, which was formerly Themyscira. Pretty crazy. That's where we're starting off everything. Diana and Swamp Thing kind of are like in the realm of Hell. Every person has like a different part of the world that's been broken up by the Batman Who Laughs, and they have an evil Batman to like answer to. This is like a Doctor Strange looking dude. It's pretty funny. But we're introduced a bunch. A Bruce Wayne that put his body into the robot T-Rex. That was pretty interesting. I thought that was pretty crazy. And then yeah, we have just more exposition of what's going on in the DC universe. It's basically a setup issue. It's very dense read, just because it's a lot going at you, and it's a lot of multiverse stuff. So if you have problems reading that stuff, and a lot can go over your head. It's like a multiple read type of book, I would say. But we have here update of the 52 worlds. Only 8 stand still. The rest have fallen to the Batman Who Laughs as he slowly and surely just decimates through with his evil Batman. We find out like Wonder Woman doesn't have really a memory of what happened, how the Earth fell. She's been questioning for a while. Bruce is around. He has like kind of monologue thing with Sergeant Rock in the beginning. He encaps like the issue with with Sergeant Rock. You see him, and then you realize it's like his torso. I don't know if he's like a reanimated corpse. He could be, because we're about to get to a big fight that breaks out in the issue where Bruce reveals himself to the Batman Who Laughs, and to fight him in the evil Batman, I'm talking about Earth Zero Batman, pulls out a Black Lantern ring, dude. I'm telling you, this was wild, man. Wild. He pulled out a Black Lantern ring and just went after him, man. This is cool. It's crazy to see that also referenced. Blackest Night's one of my favorite events. I'm a huge Green Lantern fan. And I'm a Spider-Man fan, as you can tell by my shirt. Just for our Marvel heads, I haven't covered anything Marvel yet. But yeah, he finds that. We get Lobo's going to show up at some point, I'm assuming, because they kind of touch on him for a panel. And then, yeah, Diana and Swamp Thing kind of find a way to win. Bruce is like kind of begging Diana throughout the issue just to have these little skirmishes and little wins, and Diana's like, no, if we're gonna beat him, we gotta do it full force, full crazy. We can't just have these little skirmishes where we win. We need a big thing. And she goes into this pit in Themyscira where she just finds like another layer of hell, I'm assuming, and we find Wally West, who at this point has been imbued by the powers of Dr. Manhattan. He imbued the Mobius chair, which was one of the new gods would sit on it and have like all knowledge. He's the current rider of the chair, of the Mobius chair, and he also has been imbued with the powers of Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan left his powers at the end of Doomsday Clock to two things. So that chair and a small being who I believe he's grooming to be like the Superman of his world. So, and I think he kind of leaves him off with Sally. Read Doomsday Clock. It's a really good series, but there's a lot there. And last time, if you read Fast Forward or Flash Forward, you know that Wally was able to bring Jay and Iris, his son and daughter, his twins, back from like the void that they were in, and he was able to. I don't know if he knows it, but because of them being back, Linda remembers everything. She remembers Wally, she remembers them, and she's able to be with them. Unfortunately, not Wally. Has to kind of do this, and when he was trying to help fix the inconsistencies of like 0 Hour and all this stuff, he's uncovered this grand plot that he's trying to fix now. I don't know how he got to hell, what's going on there. He is a version of Wally West. He says he is Wally West in a way. He hugs Diana and he just breaks down and he's like, hey, I'm sorry for what happened, what I did. I'm trying to make amends for it. And Diana, being the awesome person, is like, let's focus on that for a second, but we'll move forward. And you kind of apologizing for the Heroes in Crisis, Tom King's story, where he unfortunately killed by accident a lot of his friends and then tried to commit suicide. He was stopped, and then this is where we're at now. He has the powers of Dr. Manhattan in comics. You know what I mean? They're awesome. We find out that she remembers reaching out for the blue energy, which is the totality that we saw in Snyder's run. And so was Promethea. Like, they were both trying to reach out at the same time. Something happened, and basically it's a lot of multiverse stuff, but there's like crisis energy, which is evil, which Perpetua was the villain of the Justice League run, and actually technically currently the villain now, has been, and she used that to create the multiverse. It's a lot of over your head stuff, but listen, she basically, that's why it keeps rebooting, because it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, it's a loop that has to keep going and going and going. It's not made out of connective energy, as in Dr. Manhattan's blue energy, Speed Force, emotional spectrum. That's something that connects everything, and it can continue forward. Crisis energy just kind of loops everything back. Powers of Doom, things like that. She created that multiverse in that. That's why these crises keep happening. It's like the world's trying to fix itself, but it can't, so it reloops, it reloops, it reloops. And people get lost in the shuffle, like Wally and Bart, Connor, things like that. But while we're going through all this, I'm telling you, this splash page is a lot of exposition, which is necessary to understand where we're at in the DC universe. But as well, it's one of the coolest looking just double page spreads from Greg Capullo. I mean, this dude's amazing. You see like Crisis on Infinite Earths, and like scenes from that, Infinite Crisis, 0 Hour, Final Crisis, Dark Lights, Metal. It's absolutely nothing. And in the background you see like this kind of imagery of Perpetua. He continued to mess up her name, but we get a lot of that stuff. We find out that Wally said long ago, or like Dr. Manhattan tried to mend the fractures created by the multiple crises, but it didn't have the intended effect that he wanted. And that the energy was given to the Justice League to fight Perpetua, and everything was going okay, but no one knows what happened when the energies were grabbed and what happened with that fight. I'm assuming that's we're gonna get revealed finally, which I guess I can see people being upset with, but I think a lot of people, if you're a fan of Snyder, you're gonna get Dark Knight Metal or Death Metal. You're not gonna you got Justice League, you're gonna get Death Metal. So we'll get eventually what happened, that fight, and we found out that Batman Who Laughs was given like, hey, you could have this. I'll just have everything else. You can just have this. I just need your help. And that they are thinking of using. Well, I guess Wally and Diana come up with a plan to use the crisis energy to kind of fight back to Perpetua, and the Batman Who Laughs has Alf's joke that, oh, you're just using, you know, you're gonna make an anti-crisis to our crisis energy. So it's like an AC/DC joke. There's a lot of heavy metal and just rock music jokes, or like callbacks throughout the whole issue. But do yourself a favor. We kind of end right there, where Diana kills the Batman Who Laughs. But unfortunately, we find out that's kind of was part of his plan. He is a Bruce Wayne after all. So he now had a plan to, of course, if he died, this is what happens. And you get a silhouette of Bruce Wayne that has Dr. Manhattan's little circle atom sign. So I've yet to read issue 2. I know it is out there. I'm going to read it, and then we'll also touch upon what happens on that. But I think they put his brain in there, which is kind of scary. But we'll see, and we'll talk about it in the follow-up video for issue 2 of Dark Knight's Death Metal. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and hit me up at Twitter at nerd_a_day. Links will be in the description for the audio and video portion. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about issue 2. I'm really excited to see where we go. This is a lot. There was a lot in this issue. It was kind of like a lot in your face, a lot of exposition, which is, I think, necessary. I know some people will hate that stuff, but I'm a huge fan, and I'm a huge fan of Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. So thank you guys, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.